Hi folks, welcome back to my hoard. So let's see, I don't know, it's about 39 degrees, right? You guys can see that. It's about 4 o'clock. It is December 22nd, Monday. It's about 3 degrees Celsius. What I've been trying to do is and the sun's barely been out. You can see that yellow light there is barely on, so batteries really haven't been charging. I've been trying to do some cleanup, and really haven't been wanting to expose you guys to too much of that, because that's kind of like watching paint dry, especially when you got a hoard this size, right? You could I can make a video every day on how I spent that 8 hours cleaning up, and you guys would say, boy, nothing changed. And sometimes I feel that way too. I'm just shutting down for the day. Figured I'd take you guys for the walk, show you what I built and what else I got cooking. Sometimes walking around, you guys see some interesting stuff here at the hoard. So I figured, what the heck. Yeah, I kind of clean up one side of the garage and the other side gets worse. Anyway, in the hopes of creating some working space, I've spent quite a bit of time in the garage and in the basement, you know, throwing stuff away, but also just trying to get organized. You guys have already seen those two generators run. This thing runs, though I wouldn't trust it with much more than light bulbs. Same with this guy. These guys. This guy runs, produces power the whole bit. The only thing is the recoil starter. I took it off of that one and put it on this one. The recoil starter has a tendency to drag a little bit. I think this cup is bent. You know what I mean? Doing the old. So I got I could put that cup on it or another cup to figure it out, to fix it. What I built today is, I already owned the aluminum part of the cart, but I added this top piece here, kind of made it a double-decker. Double-decker means twice as high, you know, a lot less crap on the floor. Obviously, you know, the Ryobi, it's nice to keep her up nice and tall, but it also keeps one from putting weight on cans and bending them all to hell like that. Before you know it, it spills on the ground, maybe mixes with something else, and one has fire. I was asked about the chemical dip. It's known as Berryman Chem Dip Carburetors Parts Cleaner. Good stuff, smart choice. Cleans all metal without agitation. Obviously, it's good to eat. That's all the crap it cleans. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know if any of you guys like to read. Keep containers sealed, you know. Try not to put too much on your French fries. Stuff like that. So anyway, so I used the Berryman stuff. I really like that kind. So I made this rack. You know, a lot of the stuff I build really doesn't take too much. You know, a couple of small pieces of pipe to go into the hole here. Great. The welds, I did that with the $99 Harbor Freight flux core welder. You know, puts down some halfway decent caterpillars. I'm not the greatest welder in the world, and the metal was cold, so, and it's, you know, angle iron, which is kind of crap metal, and you know, you don't heat it up first, you don't get very good welds. the helmet I'm using, another Harbor Freight. I haven't had trouble with this. I don't do that much welding, but I'm told that if you keep, every strike, this thing is actually kind of slow. So every time you strike, you're kind of hurting your eyes a little bit. So if you strike and run a 2-inch bead and don't mess with it anymore, or you strike and run a bunch of 1-inch beads and you give your eyes some rest, I guess it's not too horrible. But if you spend the day welding and you strike and strike and strike and strike 1,000 times, that means you've flashed your eyes 1,000 times, and that's not good for them, right? You end up seeing spots, and obviously you can start hurting things. I use the $10 Harbor Freight grinder, and you guys could see occasionally I nick wires. And as a matter of fact, no real blood because I was wearing gloves, but it does hurt. Anyway, so I got this mess kind of tightened up a little bit. You're able to walk around and move about much more freely than before. I need to kind of get through that and finish spending some quality time with it. Other than messing around out here and building a cart and junk like that, I've also spent an amazing amount of time inside. You can see I actually have space here. And what I'd like to do is get this pump where that space is and continue organizing. I have a bunch of these postal sorting racks. Don't tell anybody. And I've been using them for tools, obviously open end wrenches, screwdrivers. Right, more screwdrivers. That's bag of wrenches, junk like that. So I've been trying to just kind of grind my way through. You guys saw I already did this. And even over here, right, you guys could see that there's a chair and that there's floor, right? So I lightened up a bit, even lightened here up. So getting there. It's a lot. It's a lot to go through. I've been trying to just put some decent videos out, a build video or a fix video or something like that, just so that they're not too boring, right? Cleanup videos are like watching paint dry or watching somebody go bald. Not exactly a thriller. I still have a lot of stuff to grind through and put away and figure out what I'm up to. During the accumulation stage of the hoard, I've dug up a lot of really cool stuff. And then when it's time to kind of clean up, it's kind of hard to say goodbye to a lot of the cool stuff you dig up. Weather here has been a little bit rough for moving the big things around. The ground is not frozen. So it won't be easy to, I can't take the backhoe loader out basically. So if I want to move something, it's kind of got to move under its own power. I can't really pick it up and carry it with the backhoe loader. That takes it a little, makes it a little harder to work my way through some of the stuff that doesn't move. This thing, I dragged this around with the quad, but you can't exactly drag a mower deck around with a quad, and some of the mower decks are heavy to move, so I'm kind of working on what I can when I can. So there we are. My new rack, like that kind. The the Formica top. I don't know if you guys a few weeks ago picked that up, side of the road thing. So I cut it to use it as a top on the bench. The height of the bench isn't bad for working on if your eyes are a little aging like mine. Actually, this height is pretty good because it's almost, I don't have to bend down far before my nose is right up against what I want to look at, and I just lift my glasses up and I could see stuff pretty good. So I guess that's about it. Thanks, folks. I want to thank you for watching and commenting and subscribing. Now that I'm getting cleaner and a little more movable with stuff, there should be some more interesting videos coming out, so stay tuned. Guys, remember to keep your feet down, keep your head up, and also remember to enjoy all your days. You don't know how many you're going to get, so make sure you go out and enjoy them. Take care, folks. Bye now.